Solo, a Star Wars story. Does anyone agree it should be called Han Solo, a Star Wars story? That just seems like a better title. Was released in 2018 and was directed by Ron Howard. The story is the big prequel to Han Solo as we learn more about him and how he became the character we know him today. So, we are at the end of the franchise. We are at the finish. This was requested by Marvel Fanboy 2004. He wanted me to do the Star Wars movies, and here I am. I'm at the end of it. So, Solo, a Star Wars story. It's good, yeah, it's good. I'll say it's pretty good, but a little disappointing. The story is kind of... I think a problem is just its connection to the franchise. It doesn't feel canon. It feels so detached, and that's a big problem, and I think it suffers from that as a spin-off film. It just feels so detached and feels like a remake and not really a prequel slash spin-off. It just feels so different and not in a good way. It just feels off. It doesn't, like, not to say it's a bad story. It's just it's so detached. Like it's completely different. The tone I feel is different. The setting is different. The characters are a little different. The music is the same, but I just think the story, it's not canon in my opinion. I just don't believe it as canon, and it just feels off. I think the story is just off and doesn't really, it's not there. It's not there. It's hard for me to explain because it's a bit of a complicated film in my opinion. But does that mean that's bad? No, it doesn't. Far from it. I just think the story, I don't know, it really just, it's so hard for me to call it a great story because it just feels so off. However, thankfully, the acting is really good for the most part. I just don't like the acting for Han Solo. It's just not Harrison Ford. It's just not Harrison Ford, like I said. The acting for Lando and the other characters, now Lando had amazing acting, and the other characters were acted pretty well, so the acting, is mostly pretty decent. The effects are good, the action sequences aren't that bad either. So it's a well shot film. I honestly didn't really like Han Solo in this one. He just felt very out of character. I don't know if it's because it's different actor, but I just can't really put my finger on it. Kiara was good, she was an interesting female character. Lando was excellent, he's my favourite character, although he isn't in the movie a lot. Chewbacca is alright, but he doesn't do a lot either. The villains are kind of nothing, and it's just, you have some good characters, some not very good characters, so it's a mixed bag with the characters. It's some good, some bad, so 50-50, half and half. The music is decent. It's actually done by John Powell, this one, and John Powell, he did a decent job. I mean, to be fair, I don't like it as much as the How to Train Your Dragon soundtrack, but it's good soundtrack, to be fair. Like, he did a decent job. John Powell, he always cares about what he's putting effort into his music. Like, he really cares about his music, especially if you follow him on Instagram. He posts so much about his music, and it shows that he puts a lot of heart and effort to his soundtrack. So yeah, it is a little disappointing, but it's not a bad film. It's still a good film. I did enjoy it. Overall, Solo, a Star Wars story is good, but not great. The story is kind of underwhelming, but the action, characters, and soundtrack are decent. I may not consider it canon to the Star Wars saga, but I enjoyed it for what it was. It's good, but incredibly flawed and underwhelming. I'm going to give Solo a 7 out of 10. There's enough enjoyment in it to be found, like I said. However, with this marking the end of the franchise for me, will I check out the shows? Maybe someday. I'm not going to promise anything, but someday, maybe. Who knows in the future? I have heard really good things about The Mandalorian, and who knows, maybe I could watch it. Maybe I will. If I do, I don't see why not for reviewing it. If I do, we'll see. I can't promise anything, but maybe someday in the future. But now, it's time to do what all these Star Wars reviews have built up to. The ranking. Okay, let's begin with the ranking of the Star Wars movies. Coming in at number 11 is Attack of the Clones. Coming in at number 10 is The Phantom Menace.
Coming in at number 9 is Rise of Skywalker. Coming in at number 8 is Rogue One. Coming in at number 7 is Return of the Jedi. Coming in at number 6 is The Last Jedi. Coming in at number 5 is Solo. Coming in at number 4 is The Force Awakens. Coming in at number 3 is Revenge of the Sith. Coming in at number 2 is A New Hope. And number 1 is The Empire Strikes Back. An excellent film in my opinion. So, the Star Wars franchise is finished. And I shall see you guys next time, and skadoosh.